channel. If you're new, my name is Charlotte, and if you're not, thank you so much for returning to my channel. It has been a really long time since I've sat down and done a Q&A, and quite obviously a lot of things have changed since the last time that I filmed one of these in many ways. And I love making YouTube videos, and nothing makes me feel happier than when I'm talking and just like interacting with you. So I just wanted to film one of these Q&A videos for you today. So I asked over on my Instagram for questions about anything, whether that's just my life, my relationship, well, not my life, but like life, relationships, my grief journey, literally anything. Nothing's off limits. What I've always said on this channel, and what I will continue to say, is that this really is a place where I want to keep everything as open and as honest and as raw as possible, because that's the sort of content I like watching. So it's the sort of content I like creating. And yes, I am in my pajamas right now. I'm just keeping it very comfy, very casual. Literally just come out the shower, throw my PJs on, and thought I'm going to film a Q&A. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I wanted to say thank you so much to everybody that has asked me a question. I really do appreciate it. And I get that some people might be unsure what to ask or what to say. I get that if you're on the end, and if somebody you know has just lost somebody, like, I don't know what to ask. Like, does it sound really stupid to say, like, what's your favourite drink? Or, like, you might feel a bit silly because, I don't know, I get it. I get why people might find it a bit uncomfortable or, like, not sure what to ask or if to ask anything. And then if you are to ask anything, do you ask anything about grief or about losing that person, because it seems too personal to ask? So I guess I get that people maybe found it a bit difficult to really ask anything, or if they were, to completely avoid talking about my grief or my loss at all. But you can't avoid it. I don't mind talking about it, and it's my real life. So if I haven't looked at these questions, but if anybody has asked me anything to do with my grief journey, or anything as little as like, what's my favourite drink, and they feel silly asking it because it's so, you know, small, so minuscule in comparison to what's going on, everything is relevant. And I really don't mind people asking me, as long as it's coming from a place of just, you know, people being respectful, then I really don't mind answering them. So anyway, that's the whole spiel out the way. Let's get into the first question. So I've got my laptop down here, just looking at the questions because I feel on my phone, which I say pretty much every Q&A. So the first question is, what is your favourite restaurant? I would say favourite restaurant, I love Miller and Carter. I also love, which is more of a bar, but we've been there fairly recently, and it's called The Botanist. I think it's called The Botanist, which is like The Alchemist, which I do like The Alchemist too. But The Botanist is more like floral, sort of like really cool cocktails and stuff. The food is delicious. It's like really, really good. So I really like that place. And yeah, I'd say those two places are the first two that come to mind. The next question is, could you recommend any city breaks for a couple? Newcastle's up there. I love Newcastle. If I'm thinking just UK city breaks, Newcastle I love. I would also obviously recommend London. London's a great place to go. There's some really nice places in Birmingham too. But then if you're talking outside of the UK, well, outside of England, Paris is like my favourite city break. That will always be my favourite city. It just holds so many nice memories. Obviously, we like Paris a lot because our whole bedroom is literally Paris themed. But yeah, I'd say those are my favourite city breaks that I would recommend to couples. Then, what has been your favourite holiday? Definitely the one that I went on last year, which I did vlogs in 2 parts, and it was my Zante vlog. That hotel is absolutely beautiful, and I still get messages on Instagram and on my YouTube channel about those vlogs and about that hotel. So it was a Zante Maris, like Tui Blue hotel, and it was absolutely stunning. Like the most gorgeous hotel. Everything was very like Scandinavian, like, oh, 2 butterflies. Everything's like really Scandinavian, modern, because I think sometimes when you go on holiday the decor can be really dated and you just think, oh, it's just like holiday decor, isn't it? But that place was gorgeous. Cocktails were great. Considering we went in the midst of a pandemic, everything was amazing, and it was my favourite holiday considering, like, during the pandemic everything was just exceptional, and it's like it didn't even the pandemic didn't matter. I don't feel like it affected our holiday really too much, apart from the fact that potentially when we had to come back and isolate and quarantine. But other than that, that was like my favourite holiday. It was just complete like relaxed beach holiday, drinking cocktails all day, which is like now become my favourite sort of break. I used to love doing loads of activities and doing loads of different things. And like, don't get me wrong, I still love exploring, but that's like a standout holiday for me is the Zante holiday in a place called Sillery. It was gorgeous, love it. Next question. When you get married, where will you want to go on a honeymoon? So myself and my boyfriend Lewis have spoken about, we're not engaged by the way, but we have spoken about the Maldives, which is like a very classic honeymoon destination, but it is like a once in a lifetime, I feel like. If you asked Lewis, he would say that he wants to go to the Maldives like every few years. Not that we've ever been, but like you can just get the gist of what it looks like from videos and stuff and from pictures. But I would say the Maldives is somewhere that I would like to go on my honeymoon. If not, maybe Italy or south of France. They're the places that come to mind, but I'd say Maldives is like top of the list. Next question, someone's asked is, could you recommend a good series to watch? Yes, actually I've been watching a lot of series recently. So if you like your crime, murder mystery, those sort of like police crime dramas, which are like right up my street, my favourite sort of series to watch, I've recently watched on, I think it's ITV, one called The Lock, one on BBC called The Victim, and then, did we watch one on Netflix? I can't remember. I definitely think we've watched another one as well, like a really, really good one. But those first two were like, they're not new, like not really new. They're just stuff that we've like wanted to watch some police and crime stuff. And like I flicked through like ITV Hub and BBC iPlayer and stuff, and there were just dramas that had come up. But other than that, we were definitely watching one series. And I'm pretty sure it was on Netflix, but I can't remember the name of it now. But if I remember it, I'll put it here. But yeah, definitely The Lock and The Victim were two really good like police crime dramas if you are into those. The next question that I've been asked is favourite YouTuber you like to watch at the minute. I was trying to think who I liked. I always like to watch Rachel Leary, Madison Sarah, Hannah Renee, all of those, but like top of the list like Rachel Leary. Grackle, she's really funny, love watching her videos, really like wholesome content. And then also Helen Anderson's like up there as well. I love watching Helen Anderson. I pretty much watched all of her videos, and if I was to name one more, it'd be Sophia and Cinzia. They're like my fave people to watch. Next one, if you could only eat one last meal, what would it be, starter, main, dessert? I got a feeling I've answered this question before. If I was to say like right now what I'm feeling, it would be nachos for starters. Mains, I pretty much think I always say like a steak, which I probably would stick to a steak with like maybe sweet potato fries, peppercorn sauce, like side of mac and cheese, onion rings, like a whole shebang. Dessert, probably something chocolatey like I do. I love chocolate, so maybe like chocolate fudge cake with ice cream. That's what I would say is my go-to last meal. Like you only have one last meal, but that's what it would be. And the next one is like similar. This like the same person asked this. What is your favourite meal? My favourite meal, you would think my favourite meal would be my last meal, but I'd say that's actually not true. My favourite meal, my favourite kinds of meals is either one Picky Bits, which I've had a lot recently, like meats, cheeses, olives, breads, crisps. Love like a Picky Bits dinner. It's like honestly probably like up there one of my favourite dinners to have. But if I was to choose like an actual meal, because Picky Bits can literally be anything, it'd probably be like Mexican fajitas. So you've kind of got like this nachos for starters and like fajitas, like those nice cheese, sour cream guacamole, salsa, the whole thing. Yeah, probably fajitas is my favourite meal because it's the one that I always like. I can always have fajitas, like I always fancy it. So I would say that's probably my favourite meal. Next question, do you drink tea or coffee? I drink both, and I tend to have 1/2 coffees in the morning. For the rest of the day I'll drink tea, unless I'm really flagging then I'll have a coffee. So I actually drink both every day, but I'm more likely to have, well, I always start my day with a coffee before I go to work. I'll have a coffee in bed, like one of those like Nespresso, like Dolce, can't remember the name of the coffee machine, but like just like a little coffee pod. I'd have one of those before I go to work. Then once I get to work, I'd have another coffee, and then for the rest of the day, I'd drink tea. So I actually drink both. But it depends if I was going out for like, if it was a weekend and it was like mid-afternoon, I was going out, I'd get a coffee. Like I wouldn't go to a coffee shop and get a cup of tea. So yeah, I drink both. Do you have any plans for bank holiday weekend? Yeah, I do actually. So bank holiday weekend is next weekend, and my plans are, I booked this ages ago, me and my family. So like my mum and my stepdad and all of like my siblings, step siblings, and all of our partners. There's actually 10 of us in total. We've booked to go to this festival. It's actually called Fake Festival. So it's like loads of tribute acts. And my mum and stepdad went, I believe, last year or the year before, and really loved it. So it was like a really good atmosphere, like a really good time. So yeah, a couple months ago, we were like, shall we just book it? Like, because when they mentioned it, I was like, that actually sounds really cool. Like, I'm not usually one for tribute acts, but like, I do love a festival, and I've not been to one for years. So yeah, next weekend we're going to a fake festival. It's in, I want to say, it's Worcester, Winchester, somewhere like that. And we've got a hotel booked. We're going to go to the festival on the Saturday, get some nice food, have some nice drinks. I feel like it will be some like very much needed like distraction, family time, like just a bit of normality. So yeah, those are my plans for bank holiday weekend. Next question. Do you have any holiday plans? Yes, I do. So we're not going abroad this year. Normally, like last year during the whole COVID thing, like I said, we did go abroad. This year, I can't be bothered to do all the forms. I can't bother to get let down again. Like I cannot be bothered for it all. So we've decided and we've booked to go on like a little caravan holiday. And do you know what? As much as I love my abroad holidays, and I do, like a caravan holiday doesn't compare, but as much as I love the luxury 5-star inclusive wow 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 holiday, I really do love them. I am also like equally, but like just as happy to have a caravan holiday. Like I'm not that type of person that would be like, oh no, I'm not staying in a caravan. There's nothing. A holiday is a holiday. A break's a break. No matter where you go, it's who you're with. That makes it a good time. So myself and Lewis are going to Torquay for 5 nights, middle of September. So yeah, we have a caravan holiday booked, and I'm really excited to do that. But we don't have booked yet. But we will be booking fairly soon. A holiday at the beginning of next year. So we're looking sort of like April, March time. So it's like right in between mine and Lewis's birthday. I've mentioned before about how I feel about my birthday next year. I think I'm going to feel a bit weird about it. So I don't really want to be in this country. Like very, like I know, very diva. I can't be in this country, but I really don't know how I'm going to feel. So I just would rather not be in the country. So we were looking at going to the Dominican Republic, which is somewhere that I've never been to. I've never been to anywhere like that before. Like I've been to like Spain, Portugal, Greece, all those types of places, and love those. But we are planning on buying our house next year, so we want one big holiday before we do that. And also because we've not gone abroad this year, it's like just to make up for it. So we're looking at going to the Dominican Republic in sort of March, April time. If not the Dominican Republic, we were looking at Mauritius. So either way, we're looking at two like very like, for me it feels like a once in a lifetime type of trip because of the money that you're all spending. But yeah, those are what, though we have one holiday booked and another holiday planned for the beginning of next year. Next question is, how is your new job? So for those of you that don't know, I was previously a restaurant supervisor, and I was in that role for a couple of months whilst I was just finding my feet, getting back into work from COVID and stuff. But it's not something that I wanted to do long term. I don't want to stay in like the restaurant business long term. It was a job that I was doing once I was at uni and once I graduated whilst I was looking for another job. And yeah, it's just not something I want to see myself doing forever. But an opportunity did come up within the same business but different departments to go into sales. So I've now been in this job for maybe a month. I think I've been in this new job. Um, and I'm now a sales coordinator, which I honestly absolutely love. I definitely, when I was at uni, I turned my nose up at sales. I was like, I'm never going to work in sales, because for me, I saw sales as something that was like super competitive, commission based, and just really pushy. And this is not that at all. So I love my job. I like genuinely enjoy going to work. It's only been a month, so I might get to like a couple months in and think, oh, so stressful. But for how things are right now, yeah, I'm really happy, loving it, and it just feels a lot more me. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Then moving on to the last like set of questions, because I don't want to keep this video too long, is what do you hope to have achieved in 5 years time? Again, definitely think I've answered questions like this before, but you know, people's ideals and stuff can change all the time. So where I see myself in 5 years is, well, I'm hoping in the next year to have moved out and bought our first home. I've also said to Lewis in a year I would like to be engaged, just throwing that out into the universe. So in 5 years, I want to be comfortable, settled in my new, like very settled, because I want this to happen like next year, so that would be like 4 years time. I want to be very happy in my own home. I would ideally like to be married and probably starting slash like have my own family. So that's where I see myself in the next 5 years. I notice when I do these like questions and I answer things like where do I see myself in 5 years, I always think of my personal life, and for me that says a lot. I always thought I was a really career driven person, like need to be successful. And don't get me wrong, I really want to be successful. I want to be happy and stable and financially stable. But for me, money isn't everything. My career isn't everything. And I think that's where my maybe my expectation, not expectation, but where my priorities have changed. When I was like uni, like, and I was doing law, I was like, yes, I'm gonna be a lawyer. I'm gonna be like, I want to make loads of money. I want to be really successful. I want to be a boss. I want to be the top of everything. And since I graduated, I realised that that's actually not how I actually truly feel. Yes, I want to be successful. Yes, I want to earn good money and I want to provide for my family. But what is more important for me is to be happy, to be stable emotionally, physically, financially stable, and to have my own family. Those are my priorities, and the career is like back here. That's not to say that I've had amazing role models. My mum's an amazing role model in terms of like finance and career and everything, but it's not everything. To me, it's not everything. I would much rather have an amazing family and an amazing house than to be on like 50 grand a year, like boss of everything, like top of my game. Like I would much rather be an amazing mom, an amazing friend, and working like an alright job. It's just, I feel like that my priorities have changed. So yeah, that's where I see myself in 5 years. And I always think about like my personal life, my family, and that, and before I even think about where I see myself in career wise. But I honestly, if I was to think about it, I have no idea. I'm very happy with where I am right now. I don't know if sales is like my career because I've only been in it a month, but for how I feel right now, I am loving it. So I'm not ruling it out. Next question is my go-to snack at the moment. I'm obsessed with ice cream, like sundaes, obsessed. It's actually getting a bit to the point where me and Lewis have had to say, like, we were going to McDonald's every week, like every Thursday we'd go to McDonald's because I don't want to McFlurry. And for a little bit I was getting my own way, and we were going, and I want somebody there to get chicken nuggets as well. Is ice cream a snack? I don't know, I've been eating it like it's a snack, like ice creams or sundaes, anything like that. I've been loving. I've also been really into oranges and those Skinny Whip bars. I feel like everybody's tried them now, but me and Lewis have got them, like also be doing like pack up for work and stuff as like a healthier like sweet treat to have at work, and they're so nice, like really, really nice. So yeah, they're my favourite snacks at the moment. And then someone else has asked, how are you doing genuinely? Genuinely, I am doing okay. Thank you for asking. I am taking every day as it comes and not trying to push myself to be ready for anything before I feel as though I am. I don't know if that doesn't know if that makes sense, but um, I genuinely am okay, and yeah, just taking every day as it comes and one step at a time. Next, somebody else has asked, do you believe in reincarnation? Um, no, not really. I find it comforting to think of, like, when I see a butterfly, like I see a lot of white butterflies, I'm like, I don't see that as like that's my dad. I see it more as a sign of like peace or comfort as opposed to like that's dad. So not in that sense. I don't see any particular animal as like my dad reincarnated. I definitely believe in souls. I believe in people's physical bodies not being here anymore, but their soul is always with you and feeling the presence, because I've felt that. But reincarnation, I don't really think I believe in that. But I definitely don't think that once you're gone, you're gone. I think your soul lives on forever, and it lives on through loved ones, friends, family, and memories. So yeah, that's what I believe anyway. One thing that has surprised you about your grief journey, um, I've really surprised myself with how strong I am, because I actually always thought of myself as quite a weak person because I'm just emotional. But I think I've come to realise that I'm a lot stronger than I thought. So I'd say what surprised me is actually my inner strength. I think it's my dad. I feel like my inner strength comes from my dad. But yeah, I'd say that's probably surprised me is my strength. And I don't know, I feel like I've carried myself well. I just feel quite proud of myself. Um, yeah, I would say that's what surprised me the most. I knew I was going to be upset, but I wasn't expecting myself to be as strong as I feel. Not I'm trying to be strong, because I genuinely am not. If I feel sad, I'll be sad. If I want to cry, I'll cry. If I want to scream, I'll scream. But I just feel this inner strength, and I do think it's my dad. So yeah, that's what I would say. Next question, name your top 3 of all time albums. I don't think I can name my top 3 of all time, but I can tell you my top 3 albums that I listen to all the time, which would probably be my faves. Is the Beyonce Homecoming live album, love. Rihanna, Loud, love that album, like just so many bangers, like especially I'm loving at the minute California King Bed. California King Bed, I don't know why, but just rediscovered that song and love it. My third one, album. For right now, I'm listening to a lot of Robbie Williams, because that's what my dad used to listen to, and it just holds a lot of memories for me. I wouldn't say it's a favourite of all time, but it's a favourite for now because it's what I'm listening to a lot. And I can't think of what the album's called. I think it's like Euphoria, maybe. It's where Robbie's like dangling upside down on the album cover. But yeah, they're my 3 albums that I'm listening to a lot at the minute. What's Oh, no, that's it. I believe that is all the questions. So I feel like I've whizzed through them, but I wanted to make sure that I answered them all and that I didn't spend too much time waffling, because I can definitely do that all day long. So yeah, I just wanted to say again, thank you so much to everybody that has asked me questions, taken the time to put those in. I really, really appreciate it. If you missed out this time, make sure to keep an eye on my Instagram, because I ask all my questions over there. Again, don't feel like any questions too silly, or if you feel a bit like, should I, shan't I, just ask it. And if I don't want to answer it, I won't. But if I do, I do. Chances are I probably will answer most questions. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video, for supporting me as always. It doesn't go unnoticed. The amount of people that have reached out to me over the past few weeks is incredible. So I do see it all and I really do appreciate it. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.